Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So it's Season 10, and this is War number 10. And we're going up against an alliance called Darkness. And we are going to find out whether they keep us in the darkness. So you saw the team that I decided to go in here with. Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, Ghost, and Gladiator Hulk. So I already scouted out my path. And as you can see, I was early on my left side here. Sometimes I come in and they've already touched those nodes. And my path is path 1. And you can see it's a starburst path. So I always bring Gladiator Hulk because he is, in my opinion, the undisputed king of the starburst path. Unless they were to do something specifically to counter him, he is just a beast on this path. Just look at him. So that face me that he gets, it increases his damage, and he also heals up most of the damage, not all, but most of the damage that he takes while it's active. And if you notice at the end there, he got a regen. That's his signature ability. Anytime either you or your opponent goes below a certain amount of health, he has a chance to proc either a regen or an attack boost. Alright, so next up, we've got another victim. Black Bolt. Now, I actually want a 6-star Black Bolt. He's actually pretty good, and he would go very nicely with my 5-star Medusa. But I only have him as a 4-star. I don't believe he is available as a 5-star. But I would love to get a 6-star Black Bolt. But anyway, as you can see, Gladiator Hulk is doing his thing. Now, I started throwing more specials, mainly because while Face Me is active, as I mentioned, he's going to be healing up a lot of that damage, and that includes the recoil damage. Normally, I try not to throw a lot of specials. It's just a habit because I'm running suicides, and I try to minimize the recoil damage that I take. So I'll tend to fire off special 3s, but with Gladiator Hulk on Starburst, that's not necessary. So I can just fire away, and I will take a little damage, but not much. Alright, so on we go to Section 2. My alliance mates went on before me. And I take Path 2 in Section 2. You can see they didn't put a defender there on that first node there, but we've got to fight a Medusa. And this can be annoying. That oscillate means that she will go passive. So I decided to bring in Ghost. Now I'm playing Ghost here without any synergies. She doesn't have Wasp, she doesn't have Hood, no Ant-Man, just her by herself. But as you can see, she can still put it down. Okay, so not a big deal. Now here I needed to slow down because I need to bait out that special 2. Don't want to act too crazy. We got very close to that special 3 there. And I don't have the Hood synergy. So I cannot tank a special 3. But we got her to throw that special 2. So now we can go back to the Ghost dance. Phase, attack. Phase, medium. Phase. That way she got me a little bit there. I got off rhythm. But boom. So I'm still practicing with Ghost. Fighting with Ghost without Wasp. And it's a little bit trickier. You might take a little bit more block damage. But what I do, or I try to do, is when I have a special 2 ready, I'll hold block. And as soon as they attack me, I phase and attack. That way I can get the 3 crits just like I would if I had Wasp and not having to worry about them blocking. So just have to bait out their heavy, and sometimes they'll hit into your block before they fire off the heavy, but you will finish the fights a little bit faster. All right, so next up, we've got my favorite, Kingpin. And if you've watched any of the past videos when Kingpin used to be the AQ boss, I loved fighting Kingpin with Spider-Man Stark enhanced. So I'm using some boosts. We're not pushing in war, but I use these boosts because I don't use them in Alliance Quest. So if I don't use them here, when they come up in the store, then I just have to wave at them because I'm capped out. All right, so I decided to use them. And this way I can also open the boost crystal without worrying that it's going to go in my overflow and then expire, which has happened in the past. All right, so fighting Kingpin is pretty straightforward with Starkey. You want to build up his poise charges like you normally would in any fight. And once you get to 10 poise charges, which is the max, then you go in for the attack. And I played it a little close there. I hate fighting in the corner. But here we go. Bait out that special 1. His little golf swing. Fire off that special 2. And it's over with. Just that easy. Starkey is one of my favorite champions to fight with. And I realize he's not everyone's favorite. He does take a little bit of getting used to. He's a glass cannon, and building up those poise charges can be challenging. I didn't like him at first because of that. I wasn't good with him. I kept getting hurt really bad. He had no sustainability, and I just didn't like him. But now, love him. One of my favorites. All right, so now we're going up against this Symbiote Supreme. And he's not that hard to fight as long as you don't have a lot of buffs that he can nullify and wreck you with. So what you want to do, since he does not gain power, ignore all that. I just messing up. I don't even know what's going on right there, to be honest with you. But you just want to attack him, be aggressive, because he's not going to gain power that quickly. You know, he gains power. Unlike Doctor Strange, he actually does gain power from hitting you, but not that much. And he also gains power passively. So he has both an active and a passive power gain. So my health was low, and I'm in trouble, but I managed to take him out. So that fight did not go very pretty. It was not a pretty fight. Didn't go according to plan, but we got him down. Unfortunately, around this time, word came down, we pretty much are going to lose this war. But we want to go for the bosses so that we can still get some pretty decent tier rewards. We're trying to get platinum rewards, platinum 3. So we need to make sure we don't leave a whole lot of points on the table by not taking out a boss. Okay, so now I'm fighting Cull. And I haven't fought Cull a lot, but I see he's immune to debuff effects. I'm like, okay. So I should be able to take him out with Ghost. So I'm like, all right, Ghost it is. You know, if you're playing Ghost pretty well, you don't need a whole lot of health because you're not taking damage. So I've gotten pretty decent with Ghost. All right, so here we go. Doing that little Ghost dance. Phase, medium, phase, medium. Loving it, loving it. Okay. And now he backs off a little bit, so you got to be careful. And one thing I don't want to do is get hit with that heavy. He'll put an armor break on me, and I won't be able to phase. And you saw right there what I was talking about earlier. I baited out his attack, and then I was able to fire off my special too. But look at this. He is not throwing that special. Now I'm in a corner, and I'm just like, oh, come on. Fire off that special. No, he's not going to do it. He's just all this block damage. And I'm just like, ridiculous. Now armor broke, and I'm gone. That frustrated me so much. And it was at this point I decided that I am no longer going to bring Ghost in without synergies. At least Hood. Because if I had Hood on my team, that would not have happened. I would have pushed him to an L3, phased, and I would have been able to tank that L3. And we would have been good. But because I didn't have Hood, I had to bait that special out, and he just was not throwing it. Alright, so we came in to clean up our mess, and Gladiator Hulk is up for the task. Now, Gladiator Hulk is not anything special for this fight. He's not going to get face me, but I am running suicides. So, Gladiator Hulk is still going to be doing decent damage. Not anything to write home about. But since I already knew that we were going to be losing this war, may as well go ahead and use him to either finish off Cull or to get him down low enough that I can finish him off with someone else. But you'll notice that Cull now is throwing his specials freely. Just look at that. He's having fun now with those specials. Where was all of that when you were fighting Ghost? Yeah, just a little bit salty about that fight. Lost my Ghost. Pushed me in a corner, and I do not like being in that corner, let me tell you. Alright, so there he is, throwing his specials nicely. And as long as he does that, we shouldn't have any problem taking him down. Alright, so he's got another special. There we go. I'm in the corner again, but he did throw his special. He's almost dead. Almost killed him there. Took recoil damage, but it's all good. Pushing him back by hitting into his block. And then we decided to just go for it. And that's it for Cull. I'm not sure if I said Korg before, but Cull. Cull Obsidian. Alright? So, Ghost is down, but I still have a very low health Starkey and Gladiator Hulk. So, at this point, I'm like, you know, I could go up there and help him out, or I could take this Punisher. And I decided to go ahead and take out the Punisher because Starkey does really good against Punisher because he will auto-evade Punisher's specials. And I had some health potions here. I believe Kabam gave us some in the mail. Plus, I've been trying to keep some on hand just in case. Alright, so this is not a bad placement for Punisher. That kinetic node there, that buff, very good for him. And that's why I decided to go in there with Starkey. You know, he's going to gain power with every hit or blocked hit, but with Starkey, at least I won't be taking any blocked hits from his special one for the most part. You know, his auto evade can fail and does often, but I should be okay. So I'm just building up poise charges at this point, and I'm in the corner here, and I decided, okay, that's enough. Let me get out of that corner. Bait out this special one. See what I can do. Okay, he wouldn't throw it, so bait out this special two. Alright, there we go. You. Boom. But he didn't evade a whole lot of it, which is why he's back to a special one. So I went ahead and fired off a heavy, which has a power drain, and down he goes. I love Starkey so much. So much fun to play with. Alright, so that is it for my participation in this war. So now, let's find out how we did. And we're back, and as foretold, we lost this war. Congratulations, Darkness. But that's going to do it. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you all have a blessed day.